Okay, we're going to be proving that triangles are similar based upon having two angles that are similar, corresponding angles. So this is going to be the angle-angle similarity theorem. Let's look at example 1. Alright, we have two right angles, so we do have a right angle similar, and we have an angle in triangle EDC. We have angle C is equal to 26 degrees, and we need to find angle E. So angle E, if you remember, a triangle has 180 degrees from its vertices, is going to be angle E will be equal to 180 minus the 90 degree angle minus the 26 degree angle, and angle E is going to equal 64 degrees. So now you have two angles that are similar, so we can write triangle EDC is similar to triangle HGK. So for A, we can say that triangle C is congruent to triangle B, and we can also say, because they share the same angle, the angle A is congruent to angle A, and that tells us that we have two, so we know that triangle ABE is similar to triangle ACD. Looking at the next problem, we want to prove that triangle SVR is congruent to or similar to UVT. We see that we have parallel lines by the red marks. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put angle V is congruent to angle V. So the angle V on the left side and the angle V on the right side are congruent. So we might put angle SVR is congruent to angle UVT. And because those two lines are parallel, angle S is congruent to angle U. So triangle SVR is similar to triangle UVT. And that's called alternate interior angles on the S and the V. That involves using parallel lines that was learned earlier in geometry. Alright, so we want to show that the two triangles are similar. So the first thing is we have all three angles are similar in triangles in section 1. If all three angles are similar, that means it's an isosceles triangle. That means that the sides will be similar as well. Okay, so we're going to write that as triangle GFH is similar to triangle EDF, or RQS, triangle RQS. Alright, in this other problem, we know that angle CDF is going to equal 180 degrees minus 90 degrees minus 32 degrees. And what we find out is that that is equal to 58 degrees. So we're going to write the triangle DCF. So I'm going to the smallest side, and the last side is going to be my 90-degree angle. So I'm going to start with DEF. Excuse me, EDF. Because D is the 58-degree angle. I wanted to start with the 58-degree angle. Alright. Lastly, we have this problem. We have a flagpole that is 50 feet long. It casts a 40-foot long shadow. We have a 5'4" person, and we have a 5'4" person that casts a 40-inch long shadow. We want to find the length of the shadow of the flagpole. So we're going to go X, which is going to be the length of the shadow of the flagpole, or the height of the flagpole, over 64. Now 64 is converting 5 feet 4 into inches. Alright, so 5'4", and then we're going to go, we know that there's going to be 50 feet over 40. So our ratio is 5 to 4. So we're going to multiply 64 times 5 over 4, which is going to be 80. So the height of the flagpole is 80 feet. Notice in this problem that it didn't matter that we had one measured in inches and one measured in feet. We didn't have to convert to the same units. All we have to do is have the same ratio. So we're looking at the numeric ratio.